Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will share information on how to prepare a rich soil mixture for planting pepper seedlings, étumes, to achieve high yields, and about pruning peppers. First, we fill more than half of our pot with regular garden soil. We sprinkle just a bit more of a thin layer of worm castings over this soil. Thanks to these worm castings, the products we obtain will be of higher quality. If you wish, you can sprinkle more worm castings on the soil. In other words, there is no harm in sprinkling a lot. Now, let's move on to how we will plant the pepper seedlings in this pot. As always, we generously sprinkle cinnamon powder on their roots. Thanks to the powerful antioxidants, in cinnamon it will accelerate growth and development. We do not bury the pepper seedling in the soil. We will lay it directly on the worm castings and support it with soil from the sides to keep it upright. As this pepper seedling grows, its roots will go deeper into the soil and cling more tightly. The goal here is for the roots to come into contact with the worm castings during its development. I plant the other pepper seedling about 8 to 10 centimeters away using the same system. One of the most important things to pay attention to during this planting is that the seedlings have completed their development. Be careful not to damage the roots when removing it from the pot. If necessary, remove it with the soil around its roots. Seedlings with damaged roots will not continue to develop in the place you plant them. We mix a blend containing the minerals the plant needs with the soil and add it on top. You can access this mixture, which contains minerals like potassium, calcium, and nitrogen, from the link above. After completing this process, we give the browse first watering, known as the life water. I stick these skewers, which are sold in markets, into the edges of the pot so that birds do not approach the seedlings. It does not harm the birds in any way. It just keeps them away. Here, there are 2 pots. In one of them, there are peppers with a rich soil mixture. In the other, there are peppers planted in regular garden soil. You can see the difference between the 2 pots after about 2 weeks. These are the peppers I planted in regular soil. And these are the ones you just saw with the rich soil mixture peppers. And now it's time to prune our pepper seedlings. We will remove the leaves from the stem up to the fork. Pepper pruning. It is done in the form of removing shoots and leaves. The shoots that emerge on the stem up to this fork need to be removed by hand or with clean scissors. It should be formed in such a way that 2 or 3 main branches are left on the seedling. The leaves at the top are not touched so that the plant can breathe and perform photosynthesis. We remove all the leaves and small shoots up to the fork. Even if there are flowers or small peppers on it, everything up to this fork should be completely cleaned. The reason we remove the lower leaves here is to prevent powdery mildew. This is a disease. It starts from the lower leaves, of the plants and then moves towards the fresh leaves and shoots. The appearance of powdery mildew on plants looks like this. It is the formation of spots on the upper surface of the leaves and sometimes on both the upper and lower surfaces as if flour has been sprinkled. Over time, the spots merge and cover the entire leaf. Plants do not grow, flowers do not bloom, and fruits lose their taste. If the disease has progressed significantly, leaf and fruit drop occurs. When powdery mildew is observed in a few plants in the vicinity, it spreads to new plants with the help of the wind and insects. For this reason, it is close to the ground. So, I'm saying the same thing again. We need to remove all the leaves towards the fork of the seedling. In fact, the old leaves are removed. The ones above that are a bit fresher are left, but I want to remove all of them. Same process tomorrow and today. I won't have to do it. The leaves on top are sufficient. Let's talk a bit about watering the pepper. The purpose of watering is to store the water, which is necessary for plant growth but cannot be met naturally, in the root area in the easiest and most efficient way. Pepper is a plant that likes water. However, it is negatively affected by dry and wet soils. Since pepper likes regular watering, drip irrigation is preferred. But if you are doing this in a small area on your balcony or in your garden, at least remember to water little, and often. Make sure the roots do not stay dry. Of course, while saying the roots should not stay dry, you also shouldn't leave them in a muddy state. At the very least, your pot should have a drainage hole. A drainage hole is essential. If not, the roots will rot. Peppers love humidity. If there is 60-70% humidity, it is perfect for peppers. Especially in greenhouses, they pour water on the soil that is not planted, that is, between the peppers, to keep the environment humid. If the humidity is insufficient, growth slows down, the stem becomes woody, and fruit setting decreases. As you can see here, we have done our pruning and left only the leaves on the upper branches. Another stage of pruning is the branches that grow inward, removing the branches that face inward. Now I will show one as an example. Here, my other seedling is not fully developed, but I am removing the inward-facing branch of this seedling so that the fruits inside do not grow in a cramped manner. In other words, so that the pepper can move freely. The branches that will be around this fork. We cut the ones on the inside. This area needs to move freely. When the seedlings grow a bit more, that process becomes easier. I just had one example to show you right now. There aren't any on the others, as they haven't fully grown yet. It becomes apparent after they grow. We leave the branches that face outward. We remove the branches that face inward. Another pruning process is the removal of the fruits. First, on the trunk. We gather these leaves, one by one, towards the fork part. Look, there are small shoots trying to develop right at the base of these removed leaves. Just like we do with tomatoes, these shoots actually absorb the minerals that would go upwards. So we need to remove them. Now, let's move on to removing flowers in peppers. The first flower is removed. The second flower is also removed. In other words, the flowers in the first and second areas are taken so that the remaining branches become stronger. If you remove the flowers in the first and second areas, your plant will all be stronger, and it will produce crops for a longer period. If the seedlings you have already turned into peppers, remove them while they are still slightly weak. Look, there are already plenty of places at the tops where flowers will bloom. From these areas, it will already bear fruit easily. Our goal here is to strengthen this top part. The products we will get from these upper branches will be of high quality. In another of our seedlings, there are no flowers in the fork area. So what will we do? We will remove these two flowers that we see in the second area. In this seedling, as you can see, there are quite a few flowers at the tops as well. More will bloom. We repeat the purpose, to strengthen the upper branches. If you like this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to watch my next videos.